एवरीवन, वेलकम टू माय चैनल ऑल अबाउट बायोलॉजी एंड दिस इज ज्योति वर्मा। आज हम लोग रोज का डिसेक्शन करने वाले हैं और इसके टैक्सोनॉमिक फीचर्स को स्टडी करने वाले हैं। आपको कोई भी टर्म रटने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अगर आपको फ्लावर के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के बारे में जानकारी है, फ्लावर के बारे में जानकारी है, तो आप उसके सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बहुत आराम से लिख लेंगे। तो उसके लिए ही आज हम लोग रोज़ा इंडिका की स्टडी करेंगे, जो कि रोजेसी का एक मेंबर है। अगर हम रोज़ के हैबिट की बात करें तो इट इज़ अ पेरिनियल ऑर्नामेंटल श्रब। इट इज़ कॉमनली कल्टिवेटेड फॉर डेकोरेशन पर्पजेस. If we talk about the leaves, then the leaf is petiolate. It has a petiole. Leaf is compound in nature. Leaf is imparipinnate. So the term imparipinnate means that it has odd number of leaflets. Odd number of leaflets in the sense that it has one extra leaflet at the terminal end. So it is imparipinnate in nature. It is stipulate, and the most important characteristic of this is adnate stipules. This structure that you are watching here are the adnate stipules, which are sheathing at the base of petiole. If we talk about the leaflets, then the leaflets are ovate in nature. They are slightly oval in nature. If we talk about the margins of the leaf, then they have a serrate margin. Serrate margin in the sense means that they have short teeth-like projections which are directed upwards. So this is your serrate margin of the leaf. Acute apex, the tip is pointed, and you will be able to see unicostate reticulate venation within the leaves. We can view the serrate margin from this side very clearly, and we can see clearly the unicostate reticulate venation. Unicostate reticulate venation means that the leaf has a single prominent midrib, and reticulate venation means that the veinlets are irregularly distributed within the leaf. Now, if we talk about the inflorescence, then the inflorescence in this case may be of cymose type, axillary or terminal, or the flower may be solitary in nature. फ्लावर की अगर हम बात करें तो फ्लावर यहाँ पर आपको पेडिसिलेट फ्लावर दिखाई दे रहा है। एक पेडिसिल यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट है फ्लावर के साथ, तो फ्लावर इज पेडिसिलेट इन नेचर. फ्लावर इज ebracteate, complete in the sense that it consists of all the floral whorls, that is the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Flower is hermaphrodite. It means that it is bisexual. It means that the androecium and the gynoecium both are present on the same flower. Actinomorphic, if you cut the flower, then you will be able to get equal parts from all the planes. Then it is actinomorphic flower. Pentamerous, all the floral whorls are present within multiple of 5. Color is red or pink. It is showy in nature. Now, if we talk about the calyx of the flower, then in this case there are 5 sepals within the rose flower. As you are able to see these sepals, these are the sepals of the flower. These are 5 in numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th one is there. So there are 5 sepals within the flower, and the sepals are gamosepalous. In gamosepalous conditions, the sepals are joined together at their base. When you hold the calyx like that, then you will be able to see the gamosepalous condition. The sepals have been joined together at the base. That's why this is the gamosepalous condition in this case. Now coming to the corolla portion. So in this case, the petals are 5 or they may be multiple of 5. As in this case, you are able to see the petals are in multiple of 5. And the petals are free with each other. They are not fused in any condition. They are free with each other. So there is polypetalous condition. The flower, the corolla is rosaceous in nature. It is large, colored and showy. Now, if we talk about the androecium portion, then in while opening the flower, you will be able to see that there are indefinite stamens. You cannot count the number of stamens. The number of stamens may vary from flower to flower. So the stamens are indefinite in this case. There is polyandrous condition. Polyandrous condition means that the stamens are free from each other. They are not fused in any sense. So they are polyandrous in nature. Filaments of the anther are long and unequal in nature. You cannot see the filament of same length. The filament in this case are of different lengths. Okay, so if we take out some of the stamens from the flower, then you will be able to see such structures. The filament, you can clearly see that the filament are unequal in length. They are not equal, and you will be able to easily see the diathecous anthers in this case, which are yellow in color. The diathecous anthers, the anthers which are dorsifixed in nature, you are able to see clearly the anthers in this case. If we talk about a single stamen, then you can able to see this single stamen which has an elongated white colored filament, and the anther is yellow in color, which is diathecous and dorsifixed in nature. If you are able to see it clearly, it is dorsifixed in nature. One more interesting thing I want to show you in this flower, that if you have noticed up this petal is having anther at its tip. If you have noticed such a petal, so this petal is showing gradual transition from a petal to a stamen. It will convert into the stamen. So it is the developing ones, if you have noticed it in the flower. So it is an interesting thing that you need to look out. Now the more interesting and exciting thing that we are going to do here is that we are going to open up this flower and we are going to study about its gynoecium and its characteristics. That would be very interesting and exciting for you. So firstly, I will remove all its stamens and petals, then we will see the condition of the gynoecium in this case. Once you remove the sepals also, you will be able to see a cup-like structure. This is called as the calyx tube. The calyx has enveloped half of the ovary or the gynoecium, and this condition of the ovary is called as the perigynous condition of ovary. The condition of the carpels in this case is polycarpellary condition. There are many carpels present in this case. Apocarpous condition is there. All the carpels are free from each other, and this whole structure or gynoecium is enclosed within the tube. This tube is called as the calyx tube. Okay, this tube is called as the calyx tube, and in this case the placentation will be basal placentation. Style is very short, and if you are able to see the stigma, these red color structures are the stigma of the flower. So this one is the single carpel of the rose. You can see in this case, this basal part is the ovary. This elongated structure is the style, and this red colored structure is the stigma of the carpel. So this is the single carpel of rose, and the condition in this case is apocarpous condition. All the carpels are free from each other. Placentation is basal in this case. सो इस तरीके से हम लोगों ने आज रोज़ के फ्लावर को डिसेक्ट किया. हम लोगों ने उसके सारे पार्ट्स देखे, सेपल, पेटल, स्टेमन और पिस्टल को देखा, सारी कंडीशंस और सारे इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को स्टडी किया. तो अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आया तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए, लाइक करिए और शेयर ज़रूर करिए. आपको यूट्यूब पे इस तरीके का डिटेल्ड वीडियो कहीं पर भी नहीं मिलेगा. सो इस वीडियो में मैंने सारे पॉइंट, सारे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कवर करने की कोशिश की है. अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आया तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करिए. थैंक यू सो मच.